Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. For real, 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 for real. Really real, really real, really real, really real. For real, for real, for real, for real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. For real, 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 for real. Really real, really real, really real, really real. For real, for real, for real, for real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop,
Yes sir, yes sir. Good morning all. How are we doing? Let me see how all systems go here. Make sure we are all okay. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Looking good, looking good. How are we doing all? Let's get it. Let's get it. Some interesting things going ahead here. We do have some speeches. Today is an important day for the JPY. We're going to run through all of it. I've been doing a lot of research on what they're exactly doing with their policy, what they're expecting. This conference is scheduled to be happening right now. So let's see on Financial Juice if we've got any information here about this. We should be having the press conference right now. It should be happening right now. If someone could check for me on YouTube and post the link to see if we have the Udia speaking right now. But we should be having the press conference in, actually no, 5 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes we should have the press conference. So 10:30 Dubai time is when the press conference is scheduled to speak. And yeah, we guys need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion about the JPY, because the JPY has been a very, very tricky pair to trade. And what we're seeing is that we're seeing these random interventions. Yesterday in New York, we got another flash news event. Took you right back down to the bottom of the range for a bit, and then continued. Then in the morning, they announced that they're not raising the ceiling of their bond buying program. So I'm going to let a few more people come into this, into the live stream before diving deep into this. I want to dive deep into this. I want to educate you guys, and I want to explain to you guys everything about basically what's happening with the yen, what can we expect going forward, and what are we going to do about this potential rough patch. Yeah, we'll take it from there. But I want to make sure that there are plenty of people here to hear this. I want to make sure all the guys on Zoom are here. Otherwise, I have to repeat myself, and this is going to be quite in depth. So it's a very important thing, though, because the GJ is my main pair. And if we're going to keep getting flash news events like this, it is very difficult to trade, because what ends up happening is that if we're on a bullish bias, we are basically preying on the next candle is not going to open and rip down. So GJ is still going to be a good pair to sell, of course, because if the news keeps coming out, it should come out bearish in terms of flash news events. These are not flash news events. These are planned events, and we don't trade during news. Let's go ahead and do the analysis for today, because very, very interesting move here with the news move and a bit of continuation after news. So let's go ahead and look at what we got going on here, and then we take it from there. So daily time frame yesterday, closing up doji, right? So we did pop down here. As I said, as long as no daily candles are leaving 181, 212, we are not going to expect full downside here. It does not make sense, and we are not considered broken out of the range. And you can see how the 4 hour just literally came down, picked liquidity, and then boom, closed back inside the range, never broke the high, pulled back to the bottom of the range, respected this wick low more importantly, and then boom, we continued towards the upside here, and now we're at the top of our 4 hour range. So same trend. And this is what you guys have to understand. Just because we've had daylight saving times doesn't mean GJ has changed. It is the same as last week. It's the same as the week before. It is same complicated type of price action we've been having recently, where we come to London session, we're at highs, we come to London session, we're at lows. It seems to be the ongoing trend here with GJ, and hopefully that will change going into next month, and that is the goal. So remember, today is the last day of the month. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money this week in the markets, especially with us moving into next month and the inconsistencies we've seen. I won't be surprised to see a lot of people lose a lot of money in the markets. And definitely been an interesting time, and this is the reality of trading. You guys are so brainwashed by social media, and then the sunshine and rainbows of taking trades all the time and market conditions being sweet. Yeah, wait till February, March, April, we can keep saying that. That will be fun. Markets are moving, there's volume, there's something we can do, but now it's more of, especially with my main pair being in a bit of a tough spot, it's preserving capital. Remember, we're towards the end of the year, so for everyone who's new to trading, you're trying to probably still grow capital. You're probably still trying to grow capital, but at the end of the day, if you look at it from a yearly perspective, towards the end of the year, it's your mindset changes, not grow, it's to preserve and slowly grow, of course. I mean, our goal is to make money here. There's no doubt about that, and I continue with that. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here wasting my time. But now I'm not saying, hey, I want to force heavy positions, because I want to be more on the preserved side, because I know the last 3 months of the year, the last 2 months of the year, you can give all your year's work back because you start FOMOing and you start thinking that the markets are moving the same. And this is a very common mistake I see, is that people can't adapt. So what happens is that they see the market, they don't react fast enough to where the market has already adapted to a slower pace, and they're still trying to force trades as if the market was being more lenient like it was in the past. Especially now, in my 3 years of trading GJ, I have not seen the yen be so aggressive with flash news events. Last year we had a lot of interventions, but those interventions were planned, and it was pretty clear when we would have an intervention. This year, it's completely different. They're coming left, right, and center with left hooks and right hooks, out of nowhere, and Muhammad Ali shuffle and all of this stuff, and taking you down here. So I'm more inclined to short GJ until we have more clarity, and I'm hoping that this speech today is going to give us clarity. But looking at the charts here, we are at 4-hour resistance here. Daily is also daily resistance up here. If we bring back drawings, I should have that marked. Let's have a look. Yeah, I do. So as long as we remain above this 4-hour resistance, we can look to push into the next range here. We do have this previous 4-hour resistance that's now basically a 15-minute. I've just left 4-hour because it was at one point a 4-hour resistance, but now it's just a 15-minute. Of course, buys do make sense based on session bias. Buys do make sense. We have had a massive push here. I would like to see at least